All right, well, welcome to season 63 here. I haven't been recording the last few seasons, but I should be. We'll see how it goes, but I should be back in a place where I start recording more frequently. So, um, this will be starting in just a couple minutes because Lemonspawn is recovering from like a snowstorm and trying to make coffee, which I don't know how coffee is made at all. But I do reason that you need a pot. So Lemonspawn was trying to make a coffee without a pot. So that's the information I have. Um, so this will be a pretty tough season. C1 is very, very strong with Lemonspawn and RTT and Salt Rosa, and then a couple other players who have been in B before with the Pastaluzza ruler and Josiris. So it really is going to be a tough season to get that promotion spot. And really, it might even be tough just to avoid the drop. But I mean, that's what you want. You want to be playing good players, right? So that's what we'll be doing, and just trying to be the better one by just playing optimally all the time. So that's what I'll try to be doing. And I don't know. I think I started a little early because that's the whole intro spiel I have. Uh, so we'll just wait around for Lemonspawn to finish making his coffee, and then we'll play some Dominion. I'll also have two themes playoff Dominion that I'll be doing, which is kind of strange because I started that tournament with half a win after 8 games. But I guess now that I'm into the last 16, I mean anything could happen. I just have to make sure that my rebuild and money games are strong. Uh, Let me see. How do I turn on a like list? I think it's on already. We'll see. We'll see if Lemonspawn agrees. All right. All right, my start to start with pious lackeys and like tons of villages. Okay, and bridge. So this is a bridge megaturn for sure, and by that I mean a bridge pile out thing, because this is a competitive game. Um, so, do you incorporate Old Witch and Vampire? Trample Arch being here is a little bit cute as well. Something certainly to track. Um, well, I think you're pretty clearly going to open lackeys. Do you open like lackeys bridge? Because villagers are just never going to be an issue here. So I think you do open like lackeys bridge and then probably take minstrel soon, maybe ports and just more lackeys. But that seems like lackeys bridge seems like pretty darn clearly the open. Um, I could maybe see the argument for like an old witch at some point, but I don't think you have time to do any of that stuff because all this stuff is just so good. So this will be lackeys. Do I take ports or minstrel? I think I take minstrel to start. Okay, so this is weird. This is a 5. What do I want on 5? I think 5 just might be more bridge. Okay, well, Old Witch's draw that is annoying to trash out. So, okay, I agree with the Old Witch. Thanks for hitting 5 before me and talking some sense into me with the Old Witch. But I do want a second bridge, certainly, here. Very, very soon. Um, I am going to play the Minstrel first, because I'm not going to get all the way through this next shuffle. I don't think. Um, I'm probably taking ports. What am I taking on my 2 buys? Um, Probably ports bridge. Well, this is pretty bad. I think now I am going to draw everything and just play everything. And then this will be ports bridge, vampire bridge. I could see the argument for vampire. Maybe there is enough time and the gains are going to be good enough. The problem with vampire bridge, right, is that I'm already like extremely over terminaled. So maybe this just needs to be port bridge. Yeah. I'm not sure that it was right for me to play that old witch at all. I think it was probably worth getting the curse in relative to the villager, but I could easily see that being incorrect. Do I play the lackeys at the start here, or do I just play the bridge and like buy what? Lackeys, trash, nothing, ports? That doesn't seem very good. I think I play the lackeys. Yeah. Okay, now I get to play 2 bridges. And then I get to buy like lackeys, trash copper, lackeys, trash copper. Um, or maybe lackeys, trash, lackeys, actually. Well, I'm definitely playing 2 bridges. I'm definitely buying at least 1 lackeys. Let's see. I could buy like minstrel bridge lackeys, trash lackeys. Is that any good? I have ports on top. I think I do like that. I think that leaves me with enough terminal space here. And Lemonspawn's got the problem of not really having, yeah, right, no villagers left here at this point. So piles are definitely getting concerning quickly here because curses are going to run, lackeys are going to run, but gains are very, very easy to track here. So we should be able to avoid a pile because there's no gain in play stuff. So, all right, Lemon needs to take like port lackeys here or something like that. I mean, I don't like completely over terminaled. Okay, so yeah, port lackeys is exactly what Lemon takes. I feel like my deck's in such a better spot. But I will have to be careful to not just lose. All right, so this is not like an awesome turn. But it's still totally fine. This will be what? Lackeys kill curse? Probably kill curse over state because points are gonna matter here at the end. Yeah, and it's unlikely to show up in my hand. And then I'll take what, bridge and another old witch maybe actually. I already have kind of lots of draw. So I think I just take bridge, and then this will either be a minstrel or or something else. I think it'll just be a minstrel. Not a very good turn for Lemonspawn. It is crazy that it's only turn 7, but that's what villagers and all this pious lackey stuff will do for you. Okay. So Lemon takes the ports. So pile outs are not really in play. I continue to not draw, which is annoying. Um, do I not have that much draw? If I take Bridge Old Witch, what does that do? Nothing really. What if I take... What do I take here? So bridge leaves, I mean, that's 7. So Lemonspawn can pass out 2 curses, has 2 bridges, so has 5 gains, and we're 8 away. So I can easily take bridge. I can easily take 1 bridge here. And then what am I taking with it? Maybe like Ports Black Cat, although that lowers gains too much, right? So maybe I'll take like Minstrel and Cat, Vagrant. Let's take Cat. And then the hope is, right, this turn I'm actually going to draw and have a good amount of villages. And Lemonspawn can't continue to take bridges because then they'll just lose. And then I just need to take points before the game ends, and then we should be in good shape. It looks like Lemonspawn's thinking about how many villagers they want to go through here. Because they're pretty precious over on that side. And cannot afford to take more ports either. Could afford to take minstrels for sure. That's a safe pile. But that's an expensive way to get more village into the deck. I have to really hope, I think, to be able to win on my next turn. Which won't be trivial because I don't have that many gains or cards, but I think with 2 minstrels in hand at the start here, I should be in pretty good shape. And an old witch down there. Right? I have an old witch down there, right? Yeah. Well, I guess they're taking their time thinking about like what if they do extend their turn, what are they actually going to use it on? Because I didn't leave piles in a way where there's like you can actually take useful stuff. Right, you can take minstrels, you cannot take bridges. Bridges would be suicidal. You take bridge and points, but I don't think you have the deck for that. If you took like bridge plus province, does that would just mean 4 gains? Yeah, and you can't even take bridge plus province. You're just taking ports. Okay. So that's also putting piles low. Right, I could maybe pile on ports plus bridges. Does that actually win? I think so. I have not. I do not have good counts. I should. That's on me. I should, with Triumphal Arch, be tracking. I'll be able to track here. What do I? Maybe I'll just spend time doing that now. So last turn I played Lackey's Minstrel, Bridge, Bridge. Okay, wow, Lemon is just going for it. So I'll be able to buy like curses, ports, duchies, I think. I mean, I'm gonna play Old Witch. I'm gonna be able to play at least 4 bridges. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to go find one of my bridges in the next shuffle, plus find the 3 that are down here. Wow, lowers bridge more. Okay. Does not believe in what I've got going on over on this side. I think Minstrel first. Yep, that was right. Okay, now I gotta hope to find stuff, and I do. I can play one of these lackeys, right? Yeah. Okay, now I just play 4 bridges, 4 bridges. And then I buy what? Bridge, port, port, province, duchy, and win? Yeah. Cool. Okay, there's one on my start. Okay, so now I need to edit the starts. It's been a minute since I've done this. Where? There we go. Okay. It's the other. I mean, it's just one button, so it shouldn't be that hard for me to do. Okay, what is this? What is this? Clashes looks unfortunately relevant here. Um, um, this is very strange, as a lot of Clashes boards are. Is this just sort of classic Clashes where it's play 2 of the good things, except you have townsfolk, which seem like obviously a pretty big deal. So I think it's just kind of Clashes plus 2 of everything. I have a 3/4, so it seems like a pretty clear battle plan open. Um, do you play with a young witch? Because the curses are actually pretty hard to get out of the deck. Because Scrap is pretty bad at trashing curses. Okay, so yes is what Lemonspawn says to the young witch, and I think I agree with that. Um, and yeah, I mean, the battle plan just needs to be bought. It's no sense in thinking about that. Do I open the young witch as well? Is that better than just opening Scrap? Um, I kind of like Scrap, really, honestly, out of the open. Um, and then here, I'll just take horse coin. And now I'm going to take a young witch. The young witch over the archer is maybe a little bit strange. Um, but again, I think the curses are just going to be better to do than the archer attack. I just wanted to open Scrap because I think in the first shuffle you'd rather have Scrap than Young Witch. Because like here, Lemon has to, like if you play this Young Witch, you're going to trigger this shuffle. So I think that Scrap just gives you got more good things that can happen on turn 3, turn 4, and you're going to have the same sort of deck thickness, assuming that you hit, especially assuming you hit a state. So like I like my next shuffle a lot more than Lemonspawn's. I mean, I think you have to play this young witch. Okay, yeah, they were just thinking about rotating Archer. Okay, they're able to hit 5 off the young witch play, which is that's what I didn't want. But I didn't want them to buy battle plan either. Okay, so what is this for? Is this just a mill? Is it a settlers? I think it's a mill. And then the settlers will be as soon as I can here. So I'm definitely not ahead by any means here. But the early warlord isn't that huge of an advantage. As long as I can prevent all 4, I should be okay here. I guess 3 is pretty good here as well, so I want to avoid that. But I think there's a way to win against 3 here. It's not like you can't win if your opponent gets 3. All right, this is all very good. Do I want a warlord of my own? I think so. Yeah. All right, now we're just kind of plodding along here. The sycophant could be an option here at some point for the Architects Guild, and also like it's a decent scrap target, but you prefer some time. Okay, here I'm gonna scrap the estate. And what do I want? Do I want to draw on maybe actually? I think I do. I could take a farmer's market of my own as well. It's not that likely to hit on Bane. But I do want the buy. So I'm going to do that. I might not reveal Young Witch here in my battle plan play. I think I probably won't, because these are cards that I want in the shuffle. I don't have the stuff to hit 5. Without it, I don't think. That's not 2 coppers down there. Or is it? Is it 2 coppers? It's not. It is not. Well, given that, I think I am going to reveal and try to, yeah, do that. I should have rotated there. That was a mistake. Settlers? Do I just take a settlers? I take a sycophant, maybe? A town crier? Maybe trying to like come back that way. I don't think the sycophant's actually going to come into play that much because there's not 6/5 that you want that fast. Settlers is obviously useful if you get it at the right part of the shuffle, which you're fairly likely to do. Town Crier helps you get blacksmiths, which are not fantastic. I'll take a settlers. I don't really know. Don't really know. But here I'm going to be up against 3 warlords. I don't really play that many Clashes games. It's on my dislike list. And I dislike it. So I'm a little bit lost here on sort of what I should be doing. But I also think I just have gotten sort of first playered a little bit here. I made maybe some mistakes around managing this warlord pile. But okay, Lemon doesn't think that the Warlord pile is actually that huge of a deal. So that seems fine. Well, what am I gonna do here? I can either hit 6, or I can trash a curse, or I can trash a farmer's market. I would like to have the bustling villages at this point, actually, with like noble stuff, like noble sycophant stuff is pretty good, but I didn't buy the sycophant last turn. Okay, well this has got to start with just discarding these curses. And then what? Hitting 4 is awful, so I don't think I want to hit 4. Playing the farmer's market is also fairly awful. I'm just gonna do it though. I'm just gonna play the farmer's market and buy this warlord. I don't really, I'm not really that interested in trying to play the one warlord thing here, because I think you're gonna get sort of creamed by the person who can play with 3 elders and stuff. But I don't know that that's actually true. I don't. I have a lot of curses. I have 4 curses against 1. And I've trashed 1 more estate. Is that even true? It's not true. I've trashed 1 fewer estate. Okay, so I'm screwed. I'm done for, is what the story is here. Okay, what is this? Just play Young Witch. Buy Sycophant. Like I just need to get lucky here, and start like buying Noble's Bustling Village, and then just like start drawing everything all the time. Lemon's got like 2 Young Witch. I'm totally done for here. So I'll play this a few more turns, but unless Lemon gets just some like real misalignment on this village draw thing, I'm in terrible shape. If 2 Young Witches come out here, I'm just gonna go ahead and resign. There's some discussion about first player advantage, like a week ago or so. I think Lemon was in the camp that it's a little bit overplayed, but that is certainly not my experience. Regardless of sort of what the stats say, I just feel like so many matches in League end up this way. Okay, well this is clearly Nobles Architects Guild Bustling Village. And then we're just going to draw everything and discard the curses with Sycophant, and nothing's going to be a problem. And we're just going to hope to live that life, despite sort of the mathematical impossibility of it. So it does look like Lemon did get hit with some misalignment here on villages, certainly. So that keeps us in the game. And especially if I can find like my bustling village this turn, which is not terribly likely. But if I could play like Young Witch and Farmer's Market this turn, then I am sort of right back in this. Not ahead or anything, not close or anything, but like to the point where I'm not hitting the resign button anymore, which would be cool. Even if I just play the farmer's market for 4 here, I can probably do some decent stuff with that. If I could scrap the Sycophant, that would be awesome. Like there are some draws here that will work okay for me. Alright, just takes nobles. Um, well, this loses pretty easily. Nobles for actions. Just discard these. That's not a terrible turn. Um, Probably would have preferred to hit 8. Uh, this is what, a nobles? I think it's just a nobles. Um, I could see it being like bustling village sycophant though, or bustling village town crier. I'm gonna take village crier. Okay, we'll play the warlord first. And then what does this want to be? Horse coin by sycophant maybe? Seems good to me. And then I'm not going to be getting this last bustling village, I don't think, but that's also fine. So what do I need to be buying? I think I need more scrap because I need to scrap these sycophants. Um, I don't think there's really much hope of me trashing these curses. I think I'm just going to need to be carrying them. Maybe I end up trashing one or two, but I do want a second scrap. Um, and other than that, I mean, I definitely want a second nobles. I would take a third bustling if it's just there for me. And I would love some blacksmith and some elder too. I might actually rotate to elder like fairly quickly here. Because elder you can play on nobles as well. And then I can come back for more blacksmith later. So I am perfectly happy here. Like rotating to elder if I can, right? It would be awesome. And I've got 6 curses to draw through, or maybe 5. But it'd be awesome to get some elders here. Okay. And yeah, this shuffle just needs to be triggered. Okay, we pull the nobles out of it. Awesome. Okay, yeah, we'll discard stuff here. Now I've got this VP lead, which is kind of totally weird. I could take 2 blacksmiths. That kind of seems decent to me. Just take 2 blacksmiths here. And then the idea is going to be that I rotate to elder here, and this turn I'm going to be using up my favors. Should also be scrapping a sycophant this turn. So maybe last turn doing like nobles blacksmith would have been all right. Okay, bustling, we'll take our settlers, play our settlers. This whole like just draw everything like it's not a problem plan is like kind of working. Yeah, I'm gonna play the battle plan. I'm gonna be allowed to take another battle plan, so I'm gonna do that. Horse gets played first. Now I'm gonna scrap the sycophant for card action, probably. Card buy. I might do card buy. Maybe card. I'm just gonna do card. What do I want to do? Well, I want to hit six, but I'm gonna be hitting six. That's not a problem. Um, but I prefer to do that with playing both of my terminals that I have here. But I have enough space to do that. If I draw nobles, then I'm gonna want to be able to play that for draw without finally my bustling. I'm gonna take card buy. And then regret it. Oh, I made a mistake earlier. I made a pretty large mistake to not not rotate. I rotated to battle plan. I should have rotated the townsfolk with my battle plan. Um, this should just be discard these two, draw two. Well, I have a bustling down there. So I don't really want to actually play these at all. This is 7. That's fine. Do I want Architect's Guild again for a Settlers? I don't think so. I'm not super confident on how I played that turn, but we got to the end of it. Oh man, I don't know how this game is for spectators. This is kind of a pain to play. Um, yeah, it was a pretty big mistake for me, I think, not to end up with an elder instead of a battle plan on that last turn. But I'll be able to take like Elder Farmers Market on my turn here. Just fine. Or at least I expect to be able to. I could just draw all curses because I've got enough to be able to do that. I can actually see villain being kind of pretty good here. Because there's enough junk in these decks that having to discard something could ruin your turn. I'm still not sure that that's the case, but it's worth considering, I suppose. Like maybe especially if I get behind here, maybe just try to get the villain and then try to hit duds out of the villain plays. You have the Warlord, so you have 7-card hands, and you've got a lot of good cards, so it's not like it's that that likely, but. Alright, I continue to take curses here. And like the game's what, like 10 turns away from being over. We're not gonna pile anything. Right? Like maybe the townsfolk pile gets kind of close, and then settlers is already close. That would be the third pile. All right, now Lemon gets to do the thing that I wanted to do. So boo. Um, but this is a pretty good turn still, and I'm gonna get to do the thing. This is just card action, or is it card coin actually? Or maybe it's like horse coin. Maybe I just stop here. Horse coin, play warlord. Uh, and then I'm just gonna take my. I'm just gonna do this now. Do I want to Architects Guild again for like a farmer's market or another scrap or a battle plan? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. My draws have been unbelievable this game to have this be as close as it is. Right, like the third nobles, obviously I can't play it if Lemon gets the warlord down, but there's a lot to be said for just having a third copy of something like that in the deck. Um, and then my turn is going to be what, Elder Scrap, Elder Mill, something like that maybe. I could use more mills. It's probably Elder Mill. It's going to be my turn if I'm allowed to do that, which I believe I will be. It's possible Lemon could hit 10. It's like highly possible Lemon could hit 10 with 2 buys. All right, cool. I didn't have enough curses already, so thank you. All right, this is a pretty good turn over there. A bit of an issue over there is that you don't have the like mill or the sycophants yet to be able to max out your hands. Although you don't have nearly as many curses. Um, and you discard anyways a little bit with Young Witch, but you could definitely use some mill over on that other side. At some point here, at some point here, we just want to play province stuff. I think I might take a farmer's market now over a mill, given where that pile. Well, given that we got one play in here, and right, Lemon's got another turn coming up, so that'll be worth 3, assuming Lemon plays the farmer's market on his turn, which I would expect to happen. And that would also make Lemon's worth 4, but that makes Lemon's worth 4 with my ability to trash it. And I think 4 points here is a pretty darn good thing. I mean, this is just ending on provinces without the decks really doing that much. You definitely need to take 1 elder over there. Like, there's no way you want to leave 2 elders for me, even though, well, actually, maybe, because right, the only way that I can get plus buys with scrap. Okay, another sycophant, another copy of nobles, and this will be an elder, I'm sure of that. It's a pretty identical deck composition and sort of strategy so far. Right, other than we changed what we did out of the open a little bit. This is pretty likely to dud, but this is a pretty darn good way to start out the plan to maybe not have that be the case. I just play this battle plan. Wow. Wow, I am drawing quite all right. All right, do I want to rotate the battle plans here? I think I do, because battle plan's a good card, and Archer is uh, maybe worth getting here, but probably less so. All right, this will just be bustling. And yeah, I just need to draw on here. I'm not playing that for actions. I'll take 2. All right, well, this is like a pretty good turn. Well, now Nobles is low. So the question now becomes, I actually don't know if there's a bustling down underneath that Settlers. I think there is. Gosh, my draws have been crazy. I'm getting a Warlord down every turn, like I have deck control. And I have another bustling down there. Okay, well, how do I want to do this? This will be Elder, for sure Elder, and for sure not Nobles. I think. Well, is that actually true? Is that actually true? Um, if I take the 4th Nobles and an Elder, that leaves 4 gains. There are 4 gains. He's over on the other side. Plus, yeah, it is true. It's true. I checked it. It's true. You don't want that Nobles. Okay. What with it? Oh, right. You can't gain mill. I think this will just be the farmer's market that I talked about. So now I'm back to 3 gains. Lemon's at like 5 gains, but not 5 gains and 12 coins. Territory is potentially worth quite a few points here. The golds are not very good, but also not like awful either. At worst, they're good scrap targets. So my issues are I still have 2 more curses than there are over there. I'm still a half turn behind. Apparently I'm gonna shuffle perfectly all game, so that's what I've got going for me. I feel fairly proud of myself just for like making this a game. Not that I like we got way behind early or anything, but I mean, I was way behind early, right? I was down 4-1 on curses, and I was up 3-2 on estates, right? Because my scrap was not behaving, which maybe that's just how scrap is. Maybe Young Witch was just better out of the open, but I was way behind here early, and this is like I'm still quite likely to lose this, but it's like I'm really I'm able to sort of just lean back here and be like, hey, maybe I can steal this one. And meanwhile, I'm sure Lemonspawn is like really working hard over there to make sure that they don't throw this away. All right, I'm gonna go take a break for a minute. I'll be back. I assume I don't even need to let Lemonspawn know because this turn will take a minute because this is that type of game. All right, I'll be back. Alright, what do we miss? 2 card plays? Elder on Scrap is sort of interesting. Guess that means are you done? Does Elder on Scrap work? How would that work? You just get to choose an extra different option. But that's not... Does that work? Does that let you choose like one more thing regardless of cost? Well, let's see what did Lemon do? Trashes Sycophant. Draws a card, gets a buy, gets a horse. So yeah, it does sort of. It just gives you one more thing than the cost. That's kind of cool. I'd never played with that before. It's like pretty low power, but it's like still a thing. That's right. Here's the major issue here. Lemon's drawing deck like pretty comfortably. It's going to continue to do so. How do I win? Is Lemon going for a win this turn? Like I still don't think you have 12. Well, no, you do have 12, right? But you need 14, I assume. I don't think you have 14. Not playing like that, at least. Okay, so this needs to be like points. Because otherwise you risk that I win. Well, it has to be, yeah, it has to be points. It's not at all impossible that I hit 12 on my turn. Well, I need to hit, no, I mean, I need to hit 16. So that's actually just not going to happen. If I had taken like Sycophants earlier, maybe, but then I wouldn't have the other stuff that I need to be able to make this turn work. So I guess what that means is that I'm not gonna win on my turn, in all likelihood. And so I need to be thinking about maximizing points, which would mean starting on territories, probably. Territories are going to be 5 points pretty easily. Not totally freely, though, because you still have to buy that estate. Okay, Lemon starts on the territory. Just 2 points for the timing. Gets the Sycophant. Okay, sort of lining up the win next turn, which makes a lot of sense. So I need to try to find ways to maybe score to stay out of that situation, where if I can just prevent a lineup of the win for next turn and maybe try and find a way to line myself up for a win next turn. I've got this continuous problem where I have to continue to have magic to have turns. Yeah, this looks pretty safe. That looks pretty darn safe. Okay, well, we'll do this to start. Go ahead and play the horse. Alright, I think Elder on Nobles over... Well, maybe actually Elder on Blacksmith is the way to go. That's just better, right? Because +1 card, +1 action is going to be better than +2 actions. Is that true? Is that true with this deck? I think it is. Okay, we'll just draw. There go my dreams of hitting like a number. Do I scrap the crier? This is so many curses. They're all here. Do I scrap the crier? Or do I just I just card action the scryer, right? Okay, I don't really want to see this village. But it's here. Okay, well now we get to do this nice elder thing. This will just be a card. That's a useful one, my goodness. Don't rotate, take 2 more cards. Jeez. Just draw everything. Okay. So I've got Farmer's Market down at the bottom. I really want to play it. And the best way for me to do that is to play nobles for actions. Wow. What are these turns? How is this working? Okay. Well, clearly just playing that. It's 16. Why do I hit 16 here? I just buy 2 provinces, right? I guess. I gotta prevent the win, so... that's the way to do that. I could do, like, territory province. Well, let's definitely do 1 province. Territory is 4 and a gold. I can't really carry the gold. Yeah, let's just take the province. I need the game to end at some point anyways. I can't imagine what it's like over on that other side, seeing me just like draw everything all these turns with all this junk in my deck. That turn too, like it was right on the edge in the middle too. I had to have like my scrap draw useful stuff, my bustling village draw nobles. Yeah, that was a turn. And it turned out to be, at least on that turn, definitely correct to do the nobles on, elder on blacksmith thing early. I don't think it really matters. Like, I think I'm still kind of screwed here. Because what's going to happen is I'm not going to keep doing this. Like, I'm not going to keep drawing everything. I've got 31 cards in my deck, and many of them are not the ones that help you draw. But maybe, right? So the thought is maybe I can like province enough here, but the problem with that is that there's all this alt VP on the table. And so Lemonspawn can just say, I'm just gonna keep playing here. And just buy territories, which are worth just as much as provinces are. The nice thing is that I'm going to get another turn. Issues for me. Alright, plus buy continues to be very difficult to come by. very well may have to trash my farmer's market this turn. But I mean, we're still making the other side think hard. We are, what, like 40 minutes into this game? Now, let me actually put this score down here on my recording. There's a chance that I keep that mildly updated. Lemonspawn is like not a slow player, so it definitely tells you something about this board. I may just have to ban clashes, just in the interest of like having more fun. I don't really like banning cards, because then you get sort of totally out of practice with them. I'm fine with Band of Nomads being banned. That card is fine not existing by my account. But like, there's this big ban list. I'm fine. Like, Sea Witch is also on my ban list because it's just so good. You always go for it. Like, I find more than any other card, you just always go for it. So I don't know. That's not really all that exciting to me. And the play dynamics are not that interesting either. Like, everyone's playing with dungeons that you just are forced to play with. That, well, like, anyways. And then Possession, obviously. Who wants Possession? But Lemonspawn's got this nice big ban list. There's no point in me thinking about Lemonspawn's turn right now, so that's why we're just getting ban list commentary. With Stockpile, I mean, I kind of get that, but I don't know. Like, Stockpile, like, you definitely, it has the problem of you have to go for it. But it just, like, makes the start of the game strange, and then you do other stuff. Well, start and middle. Groom being banned seems fine because you just don't, you're tired of playing those like groom rushes. The groom's like very fun outside of those groom rushes, but like groom on this board would mean we wouldn't, this game would not have lasted an hour like it's gonna do, just about. I mean, we're still a while away from an end here because I've got this points lead. So like, it's not gonna be this turn. It's not gonna be the next turn. Like, maybe the turn after that, the game will end. Is assuming that I kind of dud. Lemonspawn will be able to just end it. I expect that will actually be the case. Something like that. But I could keep drawing and buying provinces and sort of make this game pretty long. I think is gonna be pretty likely. I don't think there's any way that I just lose on this turn. What would that take? That would take, right, like double nobles. You've got the favors for double nobles plus a territory plus a province. Does that even do it? I think that would do it, yeah. But there's no way. Your deck's not that good. Oh, maybe if you go... Well, no, you can't Architect's Guild for nobles, so you can't go, like, province nobles. Trash is a bustling village. I mean, that certainly looks like a going for the win type play. You really gonna be able to do that with enough points? Or are you just saying I'm just going to play with 2 because Breppert's got this totally consistent deck? Oh, you've got it. Okay. No, you don't. Yes, you do? Wait, what? Oh, you do, because that was just enough points. Wow. Okay. Well, that was well done at the end there. Um, I did not think I would lose. There was nothing I could have done about that. I really don't think there's anything I could have done about that. All right. Wharf money, wharf money. All right, what do we got? Not wharf money. Okay. Fountain. Is fountain relevant? Yeah, because you can't trash anything. So it is. Um, your only plus buy is herb gatherer. Rebuild is definitely not what you're doing. Right? No way. You're going to be getting hit with sirens and stuff. No, you're going to get creamed as the rebuild player. So what though? um, you could open like herb gatherer or potion. Alchemist seems kind of silly normally, but on this no trash board plus with herb gatherer, maybe. It's pretty hard to hit 3p with herb gatherer or potion. You could open like gear potion. If you skip the herb gatherer, you get the problem where your opponent can like rotate it away from you. Although, as first player, that's not going to be an issue. So maybe I do take like gear potion. And then you try to pick up. Well, do you want to play with potion at all, or do you just play like gear engineer? And then you're just gaining ports and gears and stuff. Yeah. All right, I think I like that most. I think I like gear engineer more than anything else. And that should still be pretty good at hitting 3. Okay, I'm gonna do this and just pray that I don't hit 3. Okay, or pray that I don't hit 2, and I don't. What are you gonna open? Are you gonna open herb gatherer potion, herb gatherer engineer? Herb gatherer march? Oh, so you can rotate it away that early. I never crossed my mind. Never crossed my mind. Well, that's why it's good to play instant players. They'll actually do stuff like that to you. Okay, so I don't have plus buy. And there's no way to solve that problem. Do I just resign? Like, maybe. Okay. Well, I gotta lean into the engineers and just play with a ton of engineers. So this will be port here. This will be trash engineer, buy engineer, port steer. Maybe this is actually like gear acolyte. I think I'm going to take the acolyte. I'm going to trash the engineer. And then I'm going to take gear and more engineer. Yeah, this is something. Okay, this is going to be keep the engineer, just buy gear, take ports. Um, and yes, I will trash for another acolyte. Let's try to work my way through that pile one way or another. But we're pretty much just going to be doing gear money here. And we're going to be provincing really soon. Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's the only way here. This is another engineer. I'm going to be provincing soon here. Definitely see the argument for a siren at some point. Let's play the gear first. Let's hold coppers out of the shuffle. Okay, so here I can engineer, take like 4 ports, and then take a siren. Or I could take ports and gear. That seems pretty good. And then, yeah, take a siren with my buy, kill the acolyte. Okay, and so I think that'll kind of be it. So we'll keep this engineer. So that we can use it to gain another siren. Maybe this turn, maybe the next. But I'm going to be trying to just hit 8 starting this very turn. If I can. Because Lemon's going to be getting like King's Courts and stuff. That is, he's going to be able to use like immediately. I should have opened Herb Gatherer. I wouldn't have to be doing all this stuff. But I just again didn't think about Herb Gatherer March being a way to rotate away immediately. Just didn't think about it. So I've got a bunch of problems still. One of them is not really getting short against with Fountain. And I can score with Engineer too. If I might have the ability to do that. Well, we're just going to draw for a little bit here. Okay, this is all fine. I think I'm going to definitely kill a port for a siren here at the end. Yeah. All right. Now we're going to just do that. I should actually have a pretty easy time getting through my deck and provincing every turn here. The question is going to be, is that going to be good enough? And the answer to that is going to be no, I'm pretty sure. The church trashing's bad, and I have the sirens. So maybe? Okay, you should get the siren play off immediately. Wow. Really? Really? I don't find any... I don't find any of my... Okay, well, turns out to be okay. I didn't find any ports there. Seemed a little bit surprising to me. I got a bunch of stuff set aside. So next turn should be good. Wouldn't have minded getting another gold out of another Acolyte play before I trashed that, but I think it was probably the right thing to do. I think trashing Acolyte over Port at the time that I did it was correct. Like, I just needed to get moving here, because I got to put Lemonspawn on a really tight clock, to the point where, like, taking a King's Court now is not really an option, right? Because you got to take the Siren and then add something. I could see the argument for, like, a rebuild at some point on my side. But that's about all I can see for it. Well, what is this then? I would have loved to hit 5 if I could, but that's not happening. Is this just more ports? Do I just take these ports out? And that makes, like, gear kind of hard for you to take. And I can keep taking gear and, like, just take gear in province, and then maybe I end the game a little bit faster. This would be really interesting if I managed to win this. But maybe there's just not quite enough going on here, that this is kind of good enough that it's pretty competitive. So you don't get your Siren down. You just buy an Alchemist, and now you get a Siren down with March. Okay, I'm just going to hold a port back here pretty clearly. And then this will be just a standard gear gain with the Engineer, and then next time around I can trash it. And then we're getting close on 3 piles. And definitely before, like, the King's Court Merchant stuff is going to pay off. And I think well before Lemonspawn can get, like, fountain points. Without, right, you'd have to stop and get fountain points. You'd have to, like, buy copper, then copper something else, which yeah, I don't mind these types of undos. I trust that if they were really a foul, that there's enough people watching this that would you know, raise it. So I don't even bother thinking about, like, is that something. All right, curses are down to 3. Interesting. I definitely want to put a gear into this shuffle. And I'm keeping that engineer, and I'm definitely going into the shuffle. Yeah, just set aside junk. Okay, hit 5. Set aside junk. Play the siren. I mean, so now we're down to 2 curses. So I could buy a duchy. Just for points. I'm sort of assuming that I need to come around for my engineer again, but I think I'm going to be able to get into that shuffle while I still have all the gear stuff set aside. Right, I have another gear down there. So I think I just take duchy, and then I'm going to be able to take like double gear, curse, play curse on my turn. And then that just wins. And then this also makes it so that the win is not available to Lemon on this turn. I don't think you want to guess correctly here. Well, this is going to work out just fine, which is interesting. So I was really concerned about the Herb Gatherer thing early. I mean, I still need to draw here. Which is far from a guarantee, but you know, over the course of 2 turns, it's just going to happen. Yeah, let's just go for province. Okay, I don't get it. But I'll just take duchy. And then, right, unless Lemon can score a lot of points and take 2 gears here, then that'll be that. Even just a lot of points would be a little bit worrying because I'm not guaranteed to even hit 5. In fact, I'm actually quite unlikely to even hit 5, but there's no way Lemon scores 24 points here, right? 23. You don't have the coppers. There's still 46 left on the board. You've got 1 extra buy and 1 engineer now. You could get 15 points. Plus the 8 if you did everything plus bought a province. You're not going to do everything plus buy a province, right? Double engineer for 2 coppers, herb gatherer, buy copper, buy province. Okay, that's not what's happening. You don't have the terminal space for that, right? Even so, it's not even possible. Okay. And I'm gonna draw engineer here and win the game. Okay, wow, interesting one. Well, I think I played it really well after what happened in the open. Okay, yep, that just needs to be done. But this will end it. All right, cool. Got another win on my start. That's 2 wins, which is really nice. And let's try to get to 3 or better. Okay, what is this? Not easy. Not easy at all. So, payload density here is like nuts, absolutely nuts. So that makes me think that bonfire is going to be pretty useful. Devil's Workshop looks pretty useful because you're definitely going to be like imps are going to be nice to help you draw stuff, and the early fours are fine to good. You do want to plan to hit 5, but you don't need to hit 5 turn 3, turn 4, I don't think. I do think you want to plan to hit 5 because otherwise the terminal space isn't really there to get the inventor thing going, right? That's the other constraint on this board, is that there's not any terminal space. Now you don't need any terminal space because you have Governor and Highway and Sanctuary. But you need to select what terminals you're going to be playing with. Do you want to play with gears, or do you want to play with like single inventor here? The problem with the single inventor is that I think you do really want to be hitting 5 because C charts are not very useful, and if you're playing with gears, you only want 2. So I think you actually skip the inventor out of the open here. I'm pretty convinced on that. And then Palace is here, which is going to matter in like an annoying way. It's like for sure going to matter in an annoying way. Anyways, that's just means let's track silvers and stuff. Okay. What's my 4? Is it just, do I just open Bonfire Gear? Do I open Gear Silver? Gear maybe? Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'll open Double Gear. And the really nice thing about Double Gear is that if you pull a gear on turn 3, I'm going to be able to buy Bonfire and then hit 5, probably. Or just hit 5 first. Which I'm going to do, and buy Sanctuary. Okay, that's all fine. Now I'm going to take my Devil's Workshop. I think at this point. I could also just Bonfire here. Which I'm actually going to do. Because I'd really like to get the gear here this turn, but regardless, I'm going to be hitting 4 here, and so now I can take my Devil's Workshop, and then I'll be able to start playing it really consistently. Lemonspawn's had pretty good gear draws off of the single gear, I have to say. Getting it both turn 3 and turn 5 is pretty nice off of the single. But hasn't hit 5 yet, so now hits 5. Now I hit 4 without my gear, that's fine. Not great, but fine. When did you get a gold? Off the Devil's Workshop, like turn 4? Off the Bonfire? Yeah. Turn 3 was that? Yeah, okay. Well, I might actually do that here, because the 1 gold's going to be nice to help sort of bootstrap into the Sanctuary Highway stuff as soon as possible. I think Governor's kind of irrelevant here, which is kind of bizarre. Well, yeah, this is easily this now. Okay, so I'm sort of thin now in drawing everything. I'm going to be doing that a little bit ahead of what the other side is doing. I'm not actually ahead, but I'm also not very behind. Okay, so this is just 5. This is just Highway by. And then maybe I actually gain Ducat off of the Devil's Workshop. That seems pretty compelling to me. Okay, so now the decks are in like fairly identical states, except I think I'm actually slightly thinner. It'd be great if I can draw my yeah, actually I'm straight up slightly thinner. I'm just thinner by one estate sanctuaried. Because I hit 5 a turn earlier. I also have these 2 deers going, which is kind of nice. Okay, so what is this? This is just 4. So this is probably just hit 4. Well, what do I buy? I buy a highway, Ducat. I definitely want more buys and more highways. Well, I just take double highway here, right? Right. Yeah, and then I can take other stuff later. Um, and so now I'm just buying like highway sanctuary, I guess. Maybe the highway sanctuary last turn was maybe right, but I think that just starting to take 3 of those 5 cost every turn seemed pretty good to me. So I'm going to be able to take the last 3 highways here. And that sort of just corners the game, right? Right? That's all correct, right? Like, 6 highways here is like a good game, right? So here I probably want to hold back the workshop, or maybe I don't. Is it worth that? I think it actually makes my next turn draw a little bit better. It makes the turn after draw a little bit worse. I'm not going to exile anything. And then I've got 6 in hand here. I could like hold back an estate and use a coffer. Is that any good? Or hold back a copper. Sorry, to use a coffer. Is that any good? How much do I need the coffer? I don't need the coffer at all, right? I'm gonna have 6 highways. But I would like to be able to hit a decent number still. Well, I'm gonna do this because I do want to do that. And then I'm just gonna take these. And then I'll be able to take like Province Sanctuary. And that's going to be better than what's going on over there. Okay, so they're starting to go into the governor stuff. Do I want to play this imp now? I think I do. I don't get to exile anything all that exciting, but I knew that was going to be the case, right? I think don't exile. And I probably don't really need that many more imps, so maybe I hold back. Well, I don't need that much money either. Do I just like triple? I could do like double in a sanctuary. And then that would let me what would that actually let me do? I'm still going to be hitting not enough. Well, let's do like province. Let's add a governor. And maybe sanctuary as well. Maybe just another. Well, if I just take another province, then that's going to make things really tough over there. So let's just do that. I don't know. Maybe that was sort of not great. But, yeah. This is a pretty winning position. It was sort of tough because I did want to take the 2 provinces there. And be ready to take 3 provinces this turn. While also being able to just like take fewer provinces and be ready to hit like a high number. Right, that's sort of what I'm thinking. I want to be ahead enough in points where I don't dip behind points-wise and have to play around that. I wanted to have the capacity to have this deck do more stuff. The problem with being in the position I'm in, to some extent, is that I am behind on buys. And with that being the case, I'm not going to be able to take this duchy pile on the last turn. So Lemon can take like 2 provinces here, and then I'm in a terrible spot. Sort of. I can still try to play for another turn. Okay, well, let's see what Lemon does here, and then we'll just respond to that. Okay. Does take the 1 province and the 2 governors and has 3 golds. Has like a lot of stuff that I do not have. When were those gold gains? I kind of missed that Lemon had 3 golds. I knew he had the 1 early. Gained another one on turn 6. Okay, that's the one I missed. Okay, so that was good. Good thinking over there. Okay. Well, I guess I just draw with this governor. I need to have it turn. As much as I hate doing that. Wow, that's really not that good. Well, definitely setting those aside. Well, I need to win next turn. Which means I need to get a 4th buy into the deck. Which is going to be Sanctuary. I mean, I could do other stuff with like Governor, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Lemon can take 4 provinces really easily, so maybe I need to actually plan to be able to take 5. Which would mean like Governor displace maybe. I think so. I probably should have been angling for this. I sort of got lazy this game. I should have been angling for this. Is it, well, it's just another governor, right? Just another governor is going to be better than a displace. Yeah, because I need to get all my highways played anyways. All right, so it's just now, can you take 5? If you take 5, you win. This seems like a kind of bad start of hand. To not have an imp here early and to have to play Sanctuary Highway. I'm not saying it's still not totally possible that Lemonspawn draws and finds a way to get 5 provinces, because it definitely seems that way to me. But it's not totally clear that that's going to be the case. Like, you might have to draw enough with your governors here that doesn't happen. I'm definitely not trashing anything. Like, the fact that you don't get to play your imps on anything except a C chart. I don't know how many imps Lemonspawn actually has. Just 2. But still, you're down one of them that you have to play on your gear. That's something. We will see. We will see. It's a well-behaved C chart, which is fairly likely. The issue over there a little bit, I think, is going to be hitting enough money after trashing your golds. If you trash 3 golds, you're going to be able to hit 8. But do you have that? I think if you had everything, you most certainly do. But I'm not sure that you do have that, because you have a gear as remaining draw. You have a highway somewhere, maybe down at the bottom. And if you have a highway down at the bottom, then you can't use your gear to draw it. You have to use one of your governors to draw it. So maybe you're done for here. And if you're done for, then I'm gonna win easily on my turn. Which I should have, like, I think those provinces that I took were pretty bad, because I should have just taken, like, more Sank Governor and then use that to just, build up to what this turn would be a pile. Like, I could have angled to pile over 3 turns, which is what is going to be happening anyways. But I think I could have done that without lowering the province pile to 5, right? Which would mean that I wouldn't have had to have a Lemonspawn bottom deck a highway here in order to win the game. It's still maybe possible that you can draw with your gear and still get, or draw with your governor and still get there. But there's no doubt it becomes a lot dicier if you can't get the 3 remodel plays in. You would be hitting, I don't know. I'm not going to spend the brain power on doing all the counting when I don't even have perfect deck tracking of, like, your coppers. What do you have? 2? Well, there's 2. You have 2, so you have 2 coppers plus the 2 ducats. All right, I'm gonna do it. What else am I doing? You have the inventor, but again, if you have to play the gear to draw, if you have to play the governor to draw stuff, then you can play the inventor. I kind of missed the inventor pickup over there. That changes the math quite a lot. I'm now quite convinced that what's happening over there is, like, a lot of counting that is actually just going to be a win, like, pretty easily. but you had to figure it out before you play all this, and now you play your inventor, gain a province. Now you do all this stuff and you just win. Yeah, 15. You just win. Yeah, that was really poorly done. Really, really poorly done on my side. Yeah. Those two provinces I took were awful. Terrible, terrible. Um, but that's all right. You get punished at this level when you do stuff like that, which is, good to learn from. Um, okay. At the start of your turn, you may just spend a favor to discard a card, draw a card, repeat as desired. This is how well I know those. Um, so, yeah. It might be pretty upsetting here out of the open, too, since I don't really know what I'm doing with that either. This is going to be a Workers' Village Destroyer thing. Um, Guildmaster adds a little consistency and a little buying power, so that seems pretty alright. Druid has Wisp on it. Seems pretty... Um, uh, I think, let's see. This is going to be Druid stuff. Off the bat, right? You open Druid. And then so it's not, I said that the Workers Village Destroyer, like that's like a combo in and of itself, right? It's more than that, right? It's you've got plus buy here, and you've got things you want to be gaining, plenty of them. So I think that I'm going to discard an estate here and try to draw a copper. What's my alternative? My alternative is like what? Open another Druid. I kind of want to use it because that does that, and then you buy that, and you're just very happy. I'm gonna keep spamming Druids here, and by that I mean I'm gonna play with two. Because the Wisp gains help your Destroyers come down a little bit. They also help you draw stuff. And you can play them non-terminally if you need to. I'm going to skip trashing here. I'm just going to skip trashing. Druid as actions. What do I want on 5? I kind of want a Bazaar, actually. I have plenty of plus buy. I could use the economy. I don't believe in the count here. It's definitely not like now Lemonspawn's gonna lose because Lemonspawn's playing with the count. Like, it's by no means like that. But you can do a lot here for your consistency without trashing. And count makes you take turns like totally off. And okay, you just trash 3 coppers. It's fine. And I'm going to take 1 silver here. This will be a Workers' Village. I am going to Cave Dwellers. next turn. Because I just want a workers' village. And I can cave dwellers next turn to get my guild master if I need to do that. Which I do not need to do. So I'll keep the favor here. Alright, well that's kind of nice. Trash over there. I'm going to keep gaining. Oh, wait. I don't want to play this druid. Right. There's an order to this. Order matters. Okay. And then this will be Carnival, maybe? Marquee, maybe? It could be like Druid, Workers Village, Destroyer. Is that any good? The Wisps are already down to 6. But Wisp can also be Rivers, which is pretty solid here. You got tons of terminal space. Wait, can I actually do that? Yeah, I can, right? Because it's 6. Destroyer will be down to 2. No, I can't. I cannot do that. Okay, good thing I checked. It could just be like Destroyer. Or Bizarre Destroyer, Carnival Destroyer. I kind of like Carnival Destroyer. Time to try to draw more. Here I'm going to start cave dwellering like mad. Let's keep going. This is kind of like really freaking cool. What a kind of neat deck. This is just going to be Wisp gains still while these are around. Okay, what does this want to be? I think I do want like a bunch of Destroyers now. So let's figure out how we want to do that. I could do Workers Village. Well, I need to do a 4 and a 4, right? Or a 2. What if I did 2, 4, 5? If I do 2, 4, 5, that drops Destroyers to 1. And then, right, I can go Destroyer at the end of this. I could also go 2, 5, Destroyer. I already have the 5 buys, so I don't think I really need more Workers Village. So I'm thinking Druid, Bizarre, Triple Destroyer. And then I'm going to be drawing everything. I could do Druid, like Guildmaster, but I think I want another action. All right, and I'm going to be like totally consistent from this point on. So now I'm going to be like maximizing economy. And what are you doing over there? Your deck's so much worse than mine because you trashed it all. You should be playing these cards, not trashing them with all this like awesome stuff that's here. This is neat. I mean I've had good draws. I'm certain of that. And the draws over there have not been great, although they haven't been awful either. Okay, so let's stay focused here and actually make sure we win this, which means adding more guild master and gold and stuff, um, and just keeping destroyers too, so that I always have like total draw. Maybe I add a count at some point, but really at this point, yeah, we're just adding economy. And then destroyers at the end of things. I could see the argument for maybe I actually would be interested in more Workers' Village than like Bazaar earlier because that lets me get more draw. Um, but I do feel like I was in a position where I wanted to be adding economy because economy is what I actually need because I'm going to be perfectly consistent right now anyways, adding the destroyers that I was adding at the end of that turn anyways. So, all right, well, we're definitely going to dwellers some more stuff here until we feel a good deal better about what we got going on here. Yeah, let's just keep going. Okay, let's see. Do I draw up here? Or do I put wisps into the shuffle before drawing up? I mean, I've got all the cave dwellers anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it? And I got Way of the Monkey that I can use for buys, so I should maybe think about that as an alternative to drawing here. If I just like Guildmaster and then do this stuff. And then this will be it could be Guildmaster, it could be another count. It could take gold. I need to buy I need to buy. Jeez. Okay. This has been a long match. I need to take a second here. Okay. Um. Okay, so the problem I need to be solving is destroyers. I need to be minimizing their cost to the point where I'm maximizing payload, which means that I need to get them down to 2. So if I buy 9 over 2, that gets them down to 2, and then that is what I need to do. So I need to do 9 over 2. So what I could do is I could do Workers Village, Guild Master, Triple Destroyer, and that would be just fine. Um, Alternatives to that would be Guild Master, 4 Destroyers. But I think I want the Workers Village because I'm going to be able to use Overdraw for stuff. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that. Workers Village, this. And then we'll just take these. And at this point, I probably want to actually be a little bit more judicious with my favors. Not that it's really actually a problem, because I have 2 guild masters now, and I'm going to be buying a decent amount of stuff. But I'm not going to be gaining like at will anymore because the wisps are gone and the destroyers are going to be gone. Okay, I just did a resign. That I'm happy to have that happen. All right, so cool. We got a tie out of the match, which is very nice against a player of Lemonspawn's caliber, and have a chance here to get the win. So, what is this? What is this? This is Farrier. Uh, I uh, I didn't think it was. Uh, yeah, count. The count. um. Okay. This is this is what is it? Um, Farrier with monastery, with menagerie, with Grand Market, with like I'm just naming all the cards. Just because that's sort of how disjointed this board sort of feels to me. Um, Out of the 5-2, I mean, Swamp Hag seems pretty good because your opponent's going to be buying stuff. They might buy Piazza on one turn, but that's fine. And then that helps you spike for Farrier. So that seems nice to me. And I'm going to take the Monastery as well. And then this will just be Farrier. So that we hit 3 and get the Swamp Hag down on the next turn. And then the hope is that our money density is just going to be better, despite the fact that we did not open with 2 silvers. What is this? 2 silvers. 2 silvers don't hit it. Okay, well, you're going to be hitting 7 on this turn then. That's pretty interesting. I'm definitely doing my turn for Farrier here. And then this is going to be, what, an overpay? Yeah. And I just do an overpay too, right? Or do I take a silver? Someone needs to spend more time with Farrier Sims testing engine theory, and that's me. Um, all right. Well, what am I gonna do now? Do I take the silver? Do I take the Farrier? Is one card better than adding a silver at this point? I'm gonna take the silver. Not sure about that, but felt like I could use the economy. Just look what's happening over there. That's just cool. Like you're just off and away with the double silver open, even just hitting 4. So that tells me that what you're doing is pretty correct. Um, I'm still I'm still very much in this, I think, but because the Swamp Hag is still a good card. This is just Farrier overpay, right? Alright, now I'm drawing everything with the Swamp Hag to play. I might get Farriers emptied on me here. But then things are the fun's kind of over there. Monastery Swamp Hag's kind of fun. You have to, take curses into your discard in order to trash the stuff you have. So it's there still is a penalty. It's just milder. Which is always a nice interaction. I guess they're thinking about whether they want to empty Farriers. I think that's the only question. Like, I don't think there's any way that you buy something plus farrier here, because then I empty farriers on you and still draw and have a swamp hag down, and like you're screwed. Um, Silver topper farrier. Okay, well the topper's just to trash stuff. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna empty farriers on you here for sure. Um, Question is, do I take a swamp hag with it? I think I think I do. I think I take swamp hag farrier here, and then we're just into the next part of the game, and my deck's just better, and I have a swamp hag in this shuffle that's going to be smaller, and I get to trash another topper. That sounds good to me. Um, yeah, now you can buy Grand Markets, which is cool. Um, but it's not that cool. All right, what is this? Is this just like Silver Menagerie, maybe? Yeah, I think like Silver Menagerie sounds pretty good to me. Um, could have been like an inn. That would have been fine too, I think. I'll certainly want an inn here soon. I feel well positioned here. Kind of like very well positioned. Maybe I take like in native village and just trash here. And then that lets me like play my menagerie next turn. Uh, do I actually want the native village? I think so. Just as I want to trash. All right, so now I need to start on Grand Markets. But this is great. I just don't play this in, right? Um, Maybe I take a gold actually first. Yeah, I'm gonna take a gold first. Because I just have no problem drawing everything. And the uniques are nice. Now, I might have problems drawing everything if I get my two silvers early on. Um, but uh, I'm willing to take that risk, I suppose. I guess just discard those. And then, yeah, I can put a farrier on the mat, which is nice. And then here I take like Grand Market, and I don't think I want another silver. So just like Grand Market Menagerie, I guess. And here I'm actually in like really good shape. guess put these two down, and then I'll just put one of them on the mat, right? Take 2 more grand markets. At some point here, I really need to do my due diligence and trash a silver. Although I'm stop card wise, I'm just like pretty good, especially being able to put extra stuff down on the mat each of these turns. I need to make sure I don't give away a win here at some point. What do I want to put aside here? I guess just these two. I guess I'm not putting a nice thing aside this turn. That's a silver. Do I want to just put my silver on the mat? And now I don't have that problem where I ever draw dead. Do I ever have that problem though? I have 4 stop cards, right? I have the 2 silvers, a gold, and a monastery. And if I hit anything else, well, I have a swamp hag too. So if I had literally those 5, then I'm screwed. And I'm otherwise just winning this game, right? As long as I transition into like the potion at the correct time. All right, let's mat it. Maybe that's like completely over safe, but I wanted to do that. Okay, 1 market's definitely safe, but now what? That lets me hit 16. What did you do over there? You're not hitting 16. So I just need to hit 16. Maybe I take a potion just in case. Well, I don't need the potion, right? Because I just need to hit 16. If I take a province, then that means the funny business is not happening. Would there be any chance that it does? How could I lose next turn? Right, that's what I need to be thinking about. How could I lose next turn? You could take enough points that I can't just win the turn after, in which case I should buy province here. I could buy in here if I'm really worried about consistency, but I'm not worried about consistency. Well, maybe I actually don't want that grand market. I'm going to undo that, because I can hit 16 without it. And then I'm just going to buy a province and an inn. And then we end buys. And then this turn, thank goodness we had the inn on top. And then we're not going to get beat, and then we're going to buy all the estates. Assuming, I mean, I'm going to draw. Okay, I was not drawing. I had the worst possible hand there. Well, not that was completely unlikely. Okay, but I'll take it. Yeah, yeah, that game was pretty widespread. True, true. I could have not taken the inn the turn before. That would have probably been right. All right, let me end my recording.